But it's even like a basic fear. Like I went to this thing called wife school, and like the minister that I mentioned. Yeah, it's called wife school. But let's go to my point. I went to this thing called wife school. So to like finish off wife school was in Paris because that's where my mentor lives.
Oh.
And there was a girl, I was going, and there was another woman who was supposed to be coming with me. Like we're coordinating, like, oh, your flight lands here, my flight lands here. Like let's get a taxi together, blah, 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 blah. So, you know, I get to Paris. I talked to her the day before. I get there. I'm like sitting down. I turn on my phone, get the Wi-Fi. I'm eating whatever French thing I'm eating. And then my mentor's like, oh, you can just come. She's not coming. And I was like, did she miss her flight? Like, she's coming later? And then she was like, I just got so scared. I never left the country. And you know, I just couldn't do it. And I'm just like,
oh, my goodness.
What? And then somebody was like, why didn't you talk to her the night before? I said, who would think that somebody would be afraid to get on a plane?
To Paris?
To Paris. Like, I couldn't even fathom this fear that she had. And then my mentor said that there were a lot of people who had like never left the country. And this woman always talked about how well-traveled she was because she'd been all around the country. And she'd gotten on planes all over the country. But like she could not. She's like, she paid for the flight and the rest of like everything. And she just didn't come.
That's hard to understand. But you know,
but it's a thing.
We see it a lot actually. But travel is probably one of the best things you can do for like your mind.
Back to what you're saying, you know, I know a lot of people who, like, especially black people in inner cities, they never leave
They don't leave the city.
Yeah.
their city. Like, forget the country.
Right.
They don't leave their, like, you know, we're all thinking, like, well, why? But, like, I remember I was with a kid, and he was like, we were driving through Philly, and we got, where did we go? Like, just to downtown Philly, and he was like, oh, it's so nice down here. I'm like, bro, you live in Philadelphia, in the district, like, you got to see more. Like, they don't
And, you know, because when you go to different places, you see that you can live differently.
I think that's what it is.
And even like when you go outside the country, there's other ways of living that are different, but you can take parts of you know, like other things exist. Like your morality, your culture is not the only thing that exists.
Right. And they think that foreigners are like these people that are not people. Like they don't understand
That's
foreigners.
nuts.
And it's like there's a base level humanity that everyone has.
That's
like,
a very
why do you
American
not
thing.
realize that. Yeah.
Because
I
in Europe, people can speak other languages. They interact with people from different countries. The cultures are different. And so I don't know what we're going to do about that. We don't even learn world history. Like if you ask someone where France is on a map, they really won't know where it is, which is very disappointing.
Right. But black people are like that too. Like,
yeah. Oh, for sure. Even worse.
I feel like I've burst people's bubbles because there was this girl. She was online, Facebook, making like this romanticized version of like, you know, if I wasn't taking from Africa, you know, where would I be? Was I Zulu? She was saying all these places, and I was like, no, you weren't Zulu. Like we weren't taking from South Africa. And she's like, well, what I mean is we don't know. I said, well, I mean, we do know. There's certain things that
you're not from Southeast Africa.
Yes, you're not from all of Africa. Like, no, you weren't from one of these countries.
Right.
Yeah, they're like, I'm like, there are 54. Yeah, so it's like that idea of like not knowing where France is. They don't know where, like, okay, slaves were mostly taken from certain places. Like this is why that person from Nigeria kind of looks like your uncle. Like, and that guy from Ethiopia doesn't look like your uncle. Yes. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's a reason for these things.
Yeah, we just got to learn. I don't know. It's tough.
And that whole thing, it sounds bad too. Damn. It comes back to that thing of like how people think and not even intelligence. It's more like, what is
open-mindedness?
Yeah, that
I call it intellectual curiosity. Yeah, but some people don't want to be exposed.
It depends on when it starts. Like, and this is why I'm very interested in, like, you know, this is why I'm very interested in how your guests get to the point, because, you know, I think if you're a kid and you're exposed to like different ethnicities, different mindsets, different experiences, then you're more open and you're more curious.
That's a really good point.
But if you're boxed in, like
you get used to not being like new information becomes hostile to you.
Right. Yeah.